In case you wonder, this is how I record the episodes. Oh,
Hello there.
welcome back to another video of From the Deck to the White Tea. I hope you enjoy your stay because right now we are going to do the same that we do every day. I am going to show you the deck list that I've been working on this week or these last 2 weeks, whatever you want to call it. I'm so bored. I'm going to show you my new deck list that is Adamancipator because we've been working with the Burning Abyss, Block Dragon stuff, and after searching prices for research, I finally found out that research is not going down in price. And there's no way that I'm paying like 40-50 bucks for 2 copies of research. On the days following, after I started editing, I came back to Born Abyss Block Dragon because this is a love-hate relationship. Instead, I'm going to pay 40-50 bucks for the whole Adamancipators deck. I'm the Burning Abyss, I will play pure Burning Abyss. If you want to see pure Burning Abyss, leave it in the comments. Hello there. So yeah, this is the basic Adamancipator list that I've been working on with, and I've been playing around, and I got to tell you, it's pretty fun playing with this Adamancipator stuff. Essentially, if you are a budget player, because you cannot afford to spend a lot of money in these decks that you are not going to play because we are still in quarantine and we cannot go out anyway, so you don't want to spend your money on that. Let's see how the deck and everything that follows goes up. This is the deck list in general. A pretty basic standard deck list, but oh my god, there's no researcher. Where's the researcher? Researcher is not here. As you may think, this affects the consistency of the whole deck a lot. And I mean a lot. But when this deck pops off, it really pops off. It's pretty cool actually. Why don't we take a look at it? First of all, 3 copies of Blood Dragon. This is really not that important. It's important for resource game, but because it will eventually get banned,
Thanks for full Adamancipator list that are using it.
you may not see play a lot of in this deck, and I might even remove it. 2 copies of Gigantes and all of the Quackimaro lineup. 3 of Guardian, 1 on Sandman and 1 of Wall. Guardian negates monster effects, Sandman negates negates traps, and Wall negates spells. We have 3 copies of Analyzer, the copy of Gate Blocker. This is also a really good card, essentially against Pendulum, because Pendulum can't live if they don't have a way to put the counters on their spells and traps and monsters and all that stuff. So Gate Blocker is the perfect answer for it. 3 copies of Dragite, the crystal, not the monster, not the synchro monster, sorry. 2 copies of Leonite and 3 copies of Raptide. Raptide it's better than Leonite because Raptide recycles rocks in general, as Leonite recycles Adamancipator cards. That's the only advantage, that you can recycle your spells and traps with Leonite, but Raptide lets you recycle your rocks monsters. A copy of Sentry Soldier of Stone. This is pretty good to start the game if you can send it to the graveyard first before summoning anything else in your board that is the negation stuff. 3 copies of Seeker. Seeker is very situational, but it really pays off, really pays off. If you have the correct hand or if you have the correct field, Emancipator Seeker is one of the best cards. And the MVP of this deck, really, Doki Doki. You want to see Doki Doki of Seeker or Analyzer of everything. Doki Doki lets you throw away a card and special summon one rock monster with the same original attribute and level as the monster that you discarded. It has to be a rock. But fortunately for us, all of the deck is rock. And the words that you can send with this is Seeker Bot or any of the crystals, but if you send Sentry of Stone, if you send Analyzer, Gate Blocker, the Quaquimerus, even Gigantes, it doesn't matter, really good card. So that's for our monster lineup. For our spell lineup, we have the one copy of Reasoning. Really, Reasoning is just to mill cards, if you want to say it like that. Or, if you know, to put names in the graveyard so you can revive it later. With which cards do you revive, you may ask? That's a perfect question. The answer is Signs. Adamancipators Signs are three more copies of Monster Reborn. It says a rock, but because this deck is almost everything a rock, it doesn't matter. You can revive anything. Even better, if it's an Adamancipator monster, you can arrange the top of your deck with whatever card you want, with whatever Adamancipator card you may be searching. Foolish Burial, the target Sentry Soldier of Stone, of course, or really anything that you can revive with Signs. Monster Reborn, because it's a 4 copy of Signs. 2 Adamancipator La Petite. La Petite lets you rearrange the top of your deck so you can whatever you want with it. And 3 copies of Resonance. Resonance a really good card. I haven't seen it in the competitive play. It's a counter trap that negates monster effects while you control an Adamancipator Synchro monster. That's all for our main deck. For the extra deck, we have different stuff for the extra deck. We have Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, one of the best monster negations in the game. You have different ways of special summoning it, and you don't have to use a specific engine to make it happen. So it is a free monster in every other rule. One copy of Dragite. Dragite is a spell trap negation in either player's turn, and also it returns cards. It returns cards to the hand, I think, equal to the number of excavator rocks in the top 5 cards of your deck. Yes, to the hand. Perfect. The one copy of Leonite. Leonite adds any Adamancipator card, so you can add your Signs, your La Petite, your Resonance. Really good, actually. And normally you want to use Leonite and Formula Synchron to special summon or to synchro summon the Crystal Wing. Raptide, another really good card. It special summons one rock monster. It's another copy for the Adamancipator monsters because it also special summons one excavator rock. But it also transforms into a DD Crow if you have a wind monster in your graveyard, which is normally going to be Raptide, the crystal, not the synchro. Copy of Herald of the Arclight. How to summon this? Seeker plus Doki Doki. Omninegate, tributing this card. As I said, Formula Synchron. Gallant Granite, it's optional because with Gallant Granite you want to search your Block Dragon, but it is really not that necessary. I prefer to leave Quackimero Garden on the field to negate
Wrong kind of rock.
and to use it as material for Granite and searching Block Dragon and being punished for special summoning 5 times in the turn. For the record, I don't crave for an Ibiru, okay? Tornado Dragon is for the Elixir, Altergeist, any other kind of matchup that revolves around spell and traps. Dweller, because Dweller is good against any other heavy graveyard reliant combo decks. The Borrow Sword for the OTK range. Nightmare Unicorn and Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Cerberus, that 3 packages of nightmares. Because Cerberus pops a zombie. Normally that zombie is set leech. Phoenix pops a spell trap and Unicorn returns. The only or one of the only expensive cards in this budget list is Kryston Needle Fibrax. And yes, you heard me correct. Needle Fibrax. This is the way to special summoning one of your Seekers out of the deck, and also the way to get the Formula Synchron from the extra deck. And one copy of Almirage because it's cute. Finally, a Salamangreat Almirage, because this is a little cute rabbit Cybath. That is also your target if in the future you want to play your Borreload Savage Dragon. So you have one negate. As for the side deck, I have really generic stuff. Lancia and Diddy Crow, two pretty opposite parts of the deck, but essentially Lancia stopping any Banish reliant deck. Orcus and Eldritch come to my mind. Diddy Crow by the exact opposite reasons. Any deck that benefits from having monsters in the graveyard, or anything that has a graveyard effect, just Diddy Crow it. Like what? Genius, Eldritch and Orcus. Starving Venom and Super Poly for the Dragon Link type of decks, or any other dark something that leaves negations on the field. And finally, ways to remove spell and traps to Cosmic Cyclone and Triple Twin Twister. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video, and if you want to see some replays, leave it in the comments, and see you next time.